Call the meeting to order. And start with roll call, please.
Jim Scarberry,
Here.
John Rowan,
Here.
Rich Erickson,
Here.
Dan Wendell,
Here.
Jeff Burns.
Here. All right. Trust everyone's looked at the February 12th minutes. Everything looked good to me, but I'm one person. So,
I move we approve as presented.
we got a second?
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I guess let's get right into the business at hand, appeal number one.
Okay, appeal number one, a request from Nathan Fellow for yard location variance in 18-foot courtyard setback variance to build a 24-foot by 32-foot detached accessory structure at 9441 Green Street, Definition of Code 430. Personal ID for 704-13-102-042. The property is zoned R1, single family residential. Reference Tyrone Township Ordinance 136, Section 20.01, Schedule of Reservation, and Section 21.02A.P. Accessory Buildings Construction.
Okay, we're looking at this parcel right here, correct?
Yep, yes.
All right, and if you would, Timothy?
Yes.
Yeah, if you would just give us a little a verbal appeal here as to, maybe add to your written.
Sure. So the variance is for a pole barn, 24 by 32. I have two lots in the neighborhood. One of them I have my house on, and the other one is, well, I have my septic field out in that lot.
Okay.
So it doesn't meet the right-of-way requirements for the township.
Yeah, it looks here from your drawing, your septic field is right in here. Is that correct?
It's back, on the back
Oh, I'm
portion
sorry, I'm
of it.
looking at the wrong spot.
Yep, yeah, it's on the back portion.
Okay. So you investigated other locations, I take it?
Yes.
And really, your tank and your septic field
Don't really
kind
want,
of take up the other two desirable
correct.
spots. Guess, are there any questions from the board? Almost set. Yeah, pretty good. How about you guys?
I don't have any.
Comfortable? Booked here?
Yeah.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? All righty. And any correspondence outside of, nothing from the neighbors?
Oh, I'm his neighbors, as long as he lets me store stuff, I don't know.
Oh, we do have a
How
comment.
do you store stuff? I don't know him, but I'll,
Oh, we do have some comments here, okay.
Yeah, my neighbor came to support me.
Sounds like
There was
support.
one written in the packet.
Yeah, I
That was
see.
it.
Yeah.
Support.
But there's And that's support here too.
Correct.
Well, I can't see why we just can't bring that right back to the board for a motion.
I'll move to approve it. Second.
All right, let's,
That was Tim and Joe.
correct. Tim made the motion and Joe seconded. Correct.
Tim Scarberry,
Yes.
Tim Cohen,
Yes.
Rich Harrison.
Yes.
Don Bonco,
Yes.
Jeff.
Yep,
Excellent, thank you.
all right, easy peasy. Okay, let me, all right, I have to close this.
Nope.
Don't close that.
Line where the green bars,
Yeah,
if you go back and see the 9441 Main Street,
yeah,
X that and type in the new address.
okay.
Actually, this one you're gonna type in a parcel ID.
Parcel ID. Oh, yeah.
And this one is starting with 04-08.
08. And then it just goes down to 101,062. Okay. Zoom out a little.
Can I approach now?
Oh, yeah, yes, please. Actually, you need to read the public notice first. Well, you're fine coming up.
Sure.
Yeah. We're not that formal.
All right.
We're formal, but not that.
Request by Christopher Bell for 20-foot front yard setback variance to build a new home and to make it parcel that can be preserved, definition in accordance 430. Parcel ID 470408101062. The property is owned RE Rural Estates, reference Tyrone Township ordinance number 36, section 2101, special regulations.
All right,
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. So my wife and I,
you're Christopher,
I'm Christopher
right?
Bell, yeah.
Yep, okay. I
So-
figured that, but
all right,
for the record,
I'm gonna take us all on a little journey.
okay.
So actually, my wife and I stumbled upon this property a little over 3 years ago, and we're like, it's a beautiful piece of property. Why has no one built on this? And we found out why in this whole process. But there was one build envelope that was given to us at time of purchase, which is a nice big build envelope. And when we got ready to start the construction process last year, I approached Boss Engineering because they were the ones that did the original survey for the development. And in pursuing that, they were like, oh, this doesn't have the 50-foot pond setback. So when they added that, our nice big build envelope went up here. So, which is, I don't know if anybody walked the property, but it's the highest elevation of the lot, and which created its own problems. And then going through and pursuing this further, some of you may have noticed I was on the agenda last month But we found after getting an engineering boring sample back that they recommended that we push the house even further forward because of there's a lot of fill in the back of the property, and one of the corners wasn't the most stable. So hence the reason why we are approaching you for variance. The other thing that we uncovered is we don't front a road. We front a private driveway setback that only services one house. There's another piece of property in the preserve that's the same situation, and that's lot 58. When they measured their 50-foot setback, they measured it from across the street, or across the road surface. Ours, they measured the 50-foot setback from the house side of the road. So anyway, what we're asking for is not out of the question because, again, there's already been a lot that had that same situation. So I brought that as supporting documents too, if you needed to see that.
Why was it measured, why was one measured from the one side and the other?
Fantastic question.
I-
Actually, what it
And they're
had,
both private drives, correct?
it's exactly the same. And if you guys don't mind, if I can approach you, I actually have a printout. You guys, is it okay for me to approach?
Sure, please.
So, this is actually, and then there's actually a picture behind that, a real picture taken. So to answer your question directly, working with the township, they told me the easiest route to go would be this variance. Otherwise, they said if I wanted to go the route of having it, I don't know, redrawn, I guess, to match that lot, it would be a longer process than just getting a variance.
Thank you.
Longer, probably more costly.
Well, that's it. She said it would take probably a year and it would be 3 times this cost. So,
Interesting.
and that drive actually services 2 houses past, ours only services 1. And the third element is you normally don't have a road cutting through someone's lot, which you can see by the illustration, that's what occurs here. My property line is actually across the road surface.
Yeah, clearly it
Yeah.
looks more like a shared driveway.
Yeah,
than a
it is
road.
exactly what it is, yeah. I mean, it's only 15
me,
foot wide.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody drove it, but it's, yeah.
Yeah, in a street is, I believe, 66, so.
Is there a covenant with your deed that allows you to use that driveway? Like,
It's written into the, it's written into the deed.
okay.
Yeah, it's considered a drive easement for all 3 of the houses that are on that. And then there's another section, which I give you the printout, that's the other 3. In the development, there was 2 cases that were exactly mirrored, except mine was measured differently. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm finding puzzling, that
because that house was built the way it was without a variance. There's no variance on record for that house that I handed you. And they're literally 20 feet from the road surface, the corner of the house.
Yeah.
We'll be
This
about
one
there.
here.
No, that's not actually, I don't know,
What?
can you zone out a little bit?
Get
Yeah.
that box, get that white box.
Because you'll be able to pull it up. Or even just drag it. If you drag it to your right, oh, yeah, keep going. You're gonna drag it right, the lower right corner. The lower left corner is the house that we're talking about right now. There it is,
Ah,
lot 58. You can see how close it is to their surface. And no variance, they measured the 50-foot setback from the yellow line that is to the west, where mine was measured from the house side. But it's impossible to build on this lot meeting the 50-foot. If anybody walked the lot, it drops off 40 feet in the back. So the build envelope's actually in the slope.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You guys got any,
Further that way.
you guys got any questions?
She was confused.
I don't have any.
Any questions, Jim? No?
It looked pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
The only thing I was concerned
did
about
walk
was just the use of the driveway through three different families and who was gonna take care of it and all that kind of stuff. And I imagine the preserve has that in there.
Actually, the HOA president, he was gonna be here tonight, but he's out of town and his flight comes in at 8. I told him I would stall. But Jim Lombardi, and so it's clear that both of these situations, the HOA is maintaining. In fact, we need to have road work done, and they're waiting on my build before they do reconstruction of the road, so that,
is there any written from Mr. Lombardi?
he did not write a letter in support.
Okay. No further question, any questions from the audience, any correspondence other than what we had here? All right, well then, I'm gonna bring this back to the board for a motion, please.
I motion to approve.
Support?
Jim Scarberry,
Yes.
Joe Palmer,
Yes.
Peter Jackson,
Yes.
John Butler,
Yes.
Mike
Yes,
Okay, great.
all right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're all set.
All right. And do I just get a letter in the mail, or what would be the next
You
step?
come and see Ross,
Yeah, okay.
he'll get you all fixed up with the
Perfect.
land use permit.
will be able to get your permit before the letter.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you come in, Chris, or Ross will get you a land use permit, and then you're off to,
Okay, and then the fun
off
really
to the
begins.
county, and
Right.
then you're, yeah.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
You get to deal with the county for everything else.
We saw that, and my wife, yeah, we got there and she goes, no.
Yeah,
that was- No.
yeah, well, it could be worse. It could be the state. All right.
Ready?
Yep, appeal number 3.
A request by Greg and Laura Hutchinson for an extension of a walkway along an unconforming side yard setback and a 14-foot setback variance from the water's edge for a rear deck at 10533 Sleepy Shores Ave, Benton, Michigan 48430. Parcel ID 470409203061. Property zone LP1 lakefront residential, reference Tyrone Township ordinance number 36, section 20.01, schedule regulations, and section 2604, A.E, A through E.
What'd I do? Parcel ID.
You did put the address on this one.
Oh, I'll put the address in. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty.
Hi,
Hello.
good evening. Thank you for your service. We're Greg and Laura Archambault. We are before you tonight asking for 2 variances. both deal with existing structures. First is the walkway that's along our fence line. There's pictures in the package there, but it's I'd call it a boardwalk, a deck that's at grade. It is about half the side of our house, but the deck, and that's really why we're here on both accounts, both variances, is the deck is kind of reaching the end of its useful life. And what we're trying to do is extend that walkway out to the drive, and at the same time redo the deck. Right now, you can't tell from the pictures that's up on the screen, but our deck's on two different levels. We'd like it to be all on the same level. We're not asking for any change in the actual footprint of the deck, just simply moving it up so it's all on one level.
And that elevation would be,
As far, it's about 22 inches off of grade currently.
sounds right. You guys got any questions? Seems like another one that's,
The only one I had was whether or not the neighbor on the, I think it's the east side, would have limited view of the lake once you extended that out.
If you're looking at the lake, are you talking about I think that would actually be more the west side, but she's out of town, she winters, but she's aware of what we're doing. She didn't have any concern, I don't think she,
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see in the picture, there's like 5 or 6 arborvitae trees that are about 15 foot high.
right here?
That she's planted, yeah.
Right
And
here,
that's,
yeah.
like, from what we wanna do, she couldn't see, she won't even be able to see our deck because of those trees that are planted on her property.
This
So,
is,
yeah,
this is like a landscape
it's a,
hedge.
yeah.
I got you.
There are
Yeah.
arborvitae's that were
that are like in a
planted
raised bed.
in a raised bed. There's a picture actually on the deck, and I have the original, it might be easier to see, but where we took a tape and kind of stretched it out along that line, and you can see that that doesn't really come into play as far as sight lines. I think I'm addressing your question.
Well, that's
If you look-
exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
This right,
That's exactly what I was talking about.
this right here, right,
correct.
Correct.
is what you're talking
Use
about,
that
Don?
already. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but he's only gonna be 20, right here, you're only
Right.
22 inches up,
Right.
and these trees are, but the next person could cut all those trees down, so
Yeah.
you never know. But again, your elevation isn't really
I
any
mean,
different than what it already is.
well, the interesting thing, both houses were built in 1973. And that disparity and as far as where our property, that hasn't changed. It's the exact same footprint that it was in 1973 as far as the lot lines. And they actually built theirs after, and it's further away from the lake. So, and those are the original owners. There isn't like that conditions change. Our house has been through multiple owners, but the people that built that house put it there purposefully. If that
or
makes
to
sense.
meet the code at that time.
I'm sorry?
Or to meet the code at that time.
Well, they could have been still substantially up and still met the code, 50 foot. So I don't think that that's changed in the last few years.
Well, in 1970, we didn't have the ordinance.
Yeah,
We have now.
I don't profess to be an ordinance expert.
We did not have anywhere near the ordinance that we have now.
I know
so-
that we went to our neighbors, and, you know, we've had that property for a couple of years now, maybe 3, and we're making some changes, and we have letters from 5 of our neighbors saying they're good with the changes. So we didn't really,
Yeah, this would be the only one, like Don said, but I don't, they don't seem to have an issue, so. And even if they did sell, I don't see where it's,
Well, it's the roof line that caught my attention when I first read the article. The
Oh,
the
right
new
here?
roof line, yeah.
yeah.
From a
Yeah,
variance
but that's already,
perspective,
Yeah.
It doesn't apply.
Well, the sight line is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
all right. Do we have any written, there's
Yeah,
no,
there's
just the one here?
No, there's 5.
Oh, there's a bunch, yeah. Okay, I missed.
Oh, there's 4.
Any comments from the audience? All good? All right, any other questions, guys? Or pretty much all set?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
All right, well then, let's bring it back to the board. We'll entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the variance request.
Support?
Ms. Marbury?
Yes.
Bill Pullman?
Yes.
Ms. Jericho?
Yes.
Tom Koto?
Yes.
Rick House?
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much.
thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Get her done before summer, right?
Well, maybe
I don't know if that's gonna happen. 'Cause now we gotta start the nitty gritty, finding someone to actually do the work. We need to make sure we have permission first.
Yep. All right. We have new ones for next month? 3 for next month already, okay.
You could take care of one of those 3 tonight if you wanted. We're here.
Well, it has to be published, public notice. Sorry.
We just came,
We're just trying to make space for others.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we just came to get a gist of like what everybody did.
Or sometimes they go quickly like this and sometimes they don't. So we never know.
Yes.
We never know. This was a good night.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah,
They
this-
were all pretty,
These were pretty much slammed
28
dunk.
minutes.
yeah. Hopefully yours is as easy, right?
Details.
Easy. All right, I
Closing meeting?
don't have any other things to say, I guess. Are we all set? We'll adjourn the meeting. I'll pound my little hammer here. There we go. Oh yeah, I gotta sign this. Don't